Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HoNTourSEA Southeast Asia Grand Finals. It's the final match of the best of five. It's a 2-2 series so far. We have MRR on the left and s2y on the right. And that's going to be the illusion MR and made in Thailand. Sorry. But yeah, Babael here, joined by Larcms. It's been a really long day. But we're here for the final game of the final of the final. So it's the final game.
It's the
It's finally
final
going to be over.
countdown. Yeah, I think that's the most appropriate song to be played right now. It's the final countdown, man.
Gonna be so sick if someone plays the song one more time after that.
Yeah, for sure. S2Y, man. I don't know if it's really true or not about the curse of the Hellborn side. But I just think that it's just that S2Y didn't really play very well in the previous game. Like it looked so
Mm-hmm.
sloppy coming out from Mr. Suns, especially in that previous game. 1-11-9. What? That's the worst showing I've seen him play in competitive history. So kind of disappointed in that kind of fact there. But you know what? We've got another game, so that's always good. And it's gonna be MR versus S2Y for the final frontier. And Babel, it's at the banning phase already.
Yeah, man. After this, it's gonna be the HoNTour World Finals, and that's gonna be in Thailand, I think, about 2 weeks' time. Yeah, we have a Southeast Asian representative here, and that's gonna be it. So in this game, we have the banned heroes, and that's gonna be the War Beast, Pharaoh, Sandrift, and Rhapsody, all of which nicely banned out there. And I'm just looking at this, pretty happy to see the same old heroes being thrown out. And so far, this is a series in which S2I doesn't play Sandrift, and I think that that's crazy.
Yeah, I think the huge part of success of MRR winning their games, right, is because they always had the Tempest. Tempest was the one that always won them the games, if you've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we might be seeing MR winning this one again if S2Y is not able to get the upper hand in the early game, because if you've noticed, they've always let Tempest free farm and never have addressed him. And again, Moon Queen.
Okay. This is like a winning recipe once, trying to make the winning recipe twice. Don't think that's gonna work out here, but we'll see how that's gonna work out as well. Because in previous game there was no bushwhack, there was no escape mechanism for the S2Y team there. But anyway, they're gonna be on help on here, and we're looking at bushwhack, pebbles, Ophelia so far for S2Y, and MRR same old Pesty, Tempest, Moon Queen. I think they didn't have Pesty in the previous game. That was pebbles on their side, but
Yeah, they had Pebbles rather than the Pestilence there. This time around, they have the Pestilence, and again, Pestilence will not be paired up with Bushwhack, so there's no synergy there with the minus armor. But of course, Pestilence always very good with Moon Queen as well. Moon Queen, just a crazy damage dealer that can practically kill off an entire team by herself because of the glaives. It's gonna be so annoying, especially plus they have the Tempest to pair everything else up with. So once one huge element of void coming from Bomb Rush Ball, if he's able to pull that off again, will mean that Moon Queen's just gonna stand there, right click auto attack and use his ultimate, and everything is just gonna be disintegrated.
mm-hmm. And we are actually taking a bit of a time to think about the ban here from both sides, so we're gonna have to wait for that. Grenex, Bubbles, Kraken, Master of Arms, all of which looks to be pretty okay. Of course, I like the MOA ban, I like the Grenex ban, the Bubbles ban. The Kraken ban is a bit questionable, seeing how C teams you don't really excel very well with Kraken. We did see a lot of Kraken misplay today. Some of them in which that the player just jumped in and that the skill just missed completely. The ultimate there and Kraken just died. And you just had like Barney killing Barney all over again. But
Oh god.
but yeah, man, that's it. That's the purple dinosaur there for you guys, and I'm seeing stars right now.
Yeah, they're gonna go with an Ophelia jungle strategy here, so Ophelia's gonna be pretty alright as long as he gets Skeleton Kings, so he can instantly cancel out Tempest anytime.
Yeah.
Pebbles is so good, and I'm just kidding about the 3. I think 2 is like more than enough. Like, you always want to have the Minotaur stun to at least help and secure a much more better footing in a kill, because it's like a 2-second stun, man. Can't go wrong with that. Uh, Pebbles, hopefully he's gonna be paired with a pretty good hero here so that he can have free reign. If he's able to farm up a storm, get that early portal key, he can apply a lot of pressure on the Legion team. But I think Legion team is a little bit all in, to be honest, a little bit YOLO here because they have Hag, Moon Queen, Tempest, and Pestilence. It's good because if it reaches late game, they're gonna be in such a bad position. But in early game, if they're not able to find some sort of footing, they could actually lose this.
Yeah, well, you're talking about the Ratchet Attack Moon Queen combo, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, okay, they definitely have got one last hero to provide some footing, but it's probably going to be a support hero, which is why it's kind of sad. And I can tell you off the bat already that unless you have a five-man good, gang action happening here, they're definitely not going to have a very good footing. You can see Pebbles, Ophelia, Torture,
Yeah.
all of which scream early game aggression. Ratchet Attack probably is the only thing that could try and hold them off there with Bad Blast level 6. Other than that, Moon Queen level 6 is not very useful. Tempest level 6 is okay, pretty alright, but you generally do not have the items for the backup there. So if this is snowball in the direction of S2Y, they're just going to be so happy. But they're on
Yeah.
Hellborn, they have the extra 30% RNG luck here.
50% extra
Chance
chance
to
to
win
win the game.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That buff, man, too strong. But yeah, I
net
think
Hellborn, but yeah.
I think that if we take a look at this from a very, very general perspective, I think MR still has a very good shot because they're relying on two heroes respectively. They have early game with the Tempest to push down towers. Pestilence is there to provide that early game advantage. Again, it's going to come down to whether or not Pebbles is going to pick up the portal key first, or is Pestilence going to be able to pick up the portal key first? Because whoever pairs up with both of them is like currently for Hellborn, we know that it's going to be the Torture and the Pebbles to roam around and set up ganks and kills. But he has Ophelia to support as well, so Ophelia is going to be quite a factor as well. But Glacius is going to be here to provide some sort of support. It's a good
Hmm.
counter against Ophelia minions. So yeah,
Alright, so this is what I think. I think the Legion team is too greedy. They might actually pay for that. They've got a lot of AoE, that's good, but the thing is they don't have any form of early game blockage or rather anything that could probably stall some time for them to get some map control, get a little bit fatter. So yeah. Whereas for S2Y, they got a lot of good synergy there. It's definitely a 4+1 protective strat. They can go dual core as well with Pebbles, Bushwhack, or maybe even tri-core with the Forsaken Archer. But they need to be really careful as to what they pick last. They have a lot of time to think about it. They're not going for that. They're actually going for the Witch Slayer, which is okay. I kind of like it because it's again going to scream a lot more increased early game aggression. Silver Bullet is going to be such a good finisher there. And when a game reaches this point in time in a best of five fifth game, both teams are very tired. They are probably going to have a lot of misplay. But if you have stuff like Silver Bullet, you just cannot really misplay that. That's the main bulk of the argument there. So that's it. I kind of favor as to why, also because they're on Hellborn.
yeah. I think it really depends. I think we're gonna see a trial lane though. To be honest, we could see.
Okay, screen flew. All right, sorry. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we could see a pseudo trialing with the Ophelia there. We're probably gonna see Bushwhack being supported by the Torture, Pebble solo mid, Witch Slayer in the off lane. No, actually, maybe not. Let's see.
For which team?
I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know how they're gonna lane this. I think that they can actually try to go for that super early aggressive play by having the pseudo try and making sure to shut down whoever is in the off lane, which is probably going to be that hag. Because if they shut down one carry, it will at least provide them some support. They get the towers, they get the gold, then they can start roaming around, shut down everyone else from the other lanes, mid, and also the short lane. What's most important is they don't give the Moon Queen the farm, neither the hag. So they're actually in a really tough spot because if that's the kind of situation, they're gonna have to apply a lot of pressure, and you can't really do that when you have an Ophelia who relies too much on the RNG for minions here.
I guess, and that's great. So that's it. We're looking at this game. We're going to introduce the players as well as team. We have on Team Legion, Illusion MR, and they're going to be fulfilled by Color X there. That's going to be the Glacius. Bomb Rusher Ball onto the Tempest as usual. Cheetah 1X onto the Pestilence. We also got 07 TV1 on the Wretched Eggless Menalis. Duikyu there. It's going to be the Moon Queen. And from Hellborn team is going to be Thailand's very own Sorry Sorry. And that's Peter Yates there playing as the Ophelia. ESC onto the Witch Layer. Torture being played by Discord. We also got Backstage Gastry onto the Bushwhack. But now it's Mr. Suns there as the signature Pebbles. Now that's it. The players are tired. The casters are tired. But we're going to give our very best to put on a show for you guys because this is the end of this journey for HoNTourSEA Southeast Asia.
It's the finals. It's really the final guy, and we've got a strat pause, I believe. They're thinking like,
No, we
okay,
got a
let's
battle cry pause. Trust me. Morale
Battlecry?
is the deciding factor. They're gonna get like probably C5 young people putting their hands together, say, "Go, go, go," and after they go S2y, I don't know, something like shit. Shit there.
Sounds kind of corny. Do they still do
Then
that?
on the other hand of on the other side of this, I don't know if they're playing offline, but assuming they are, they should be situated in the Garena office in Thailand. So they're kind of within close proximity of one another. That's where screaming actually kind of help because you have battle cries of like when you kill a hero, you just scream your lungs out and you kind of lose your voice, but it scares the hell out of your opponent. In Chinese, we call this putting up a show. So
Yeah, that happened when I was at the live event of MSHC. It's like it could like so much noise in the background. We're like, oh, good, yes lah, good, and all
Q Q
the
Q die good nice nice.
nice lah. They keep, whenever they
Imagine
keep
we
like,
cuss like that for this game. Nice!
oh, nice
Oh
lah,
my god. Stun, 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 stun!
You have to add in the la. It's like nice lah, yes lah. So
But
yeah.
these guys are Thai, bro. They don't
Five
laugh.
five. Oh wait, no. What did they say?
Five, five.
No, five is laughing. My bad.
Five, five! Plus, 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 plus.
Five plus. Yeah, I have no clue what is nice, to be honest. So, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we're drunk, so. I mean, we're looking at this game here, and there is a bit of early game aggression, but nothing yet. And they're gonna go back to their own respective lane. That's very good. And we're in for a really intense game here.
Yeah, for sure. You can see already that they have tried to be a little bit aggressive and try to slow down the farm coming out from this, or not really the farm. I guess you can kind of say the farm from Ophelia, but look at that! Ophelia, quick response. Gonna deward this ward of sight. Hopefully he doesn't block off his own camp. Will it block off? I think it shouldn't. There is. Is it gonna be 2, 1, and it's blocked? Yep. That was just terrible wording coming out from Hellborn side. That's kind of funny because he dewarded that, but at the same time blocked his own jungle. Okay, cool story, bro.
That's okay. A little bit of a mistake there, but that's fine. And meanwhile, talking about the laning here, we got down south, that's gonna be Pebbles as well as Watcher up against the Wretched Hack, and in the mid lane there we have Pestilence up against the Bushwhack. Bushwhack being played by Baxley Gashi, very good, kind of a mirror lineup here. Of course, Baxley Gashi is the carry. Tampa's gonna be the jungle, as well as Ophelia there, both in their respective jungles, and in the top lane we definitely have a Moon Queen with Glacius up against that of the Woods there.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing though. Moon Queen is not gonna get the level advantage. Witch Lair is actually gonna be the one to get level advantage here. If Witch Lair is able to get his level 6 very quickly, he can keep killing off this Glacius and you know just farm up on him. And in doing so, he can start rotating around, set pressure on other lanes, and that would force other lanes to then also bring above pressure against this Moon Queen, because Moon Queen's gonna be forced to rotate. He can't really just stay and farm. He has to take parts in team fights. So maybe it could go in favor of S2y. I still don't think it's really at that point just yet, because Witch Lair is gonna. I mean, he's trying his best here at the top lane. He's
Dagger
really
by
doing.
dagger, yeah. You there?
Yes.
I just said dagger by dagger, then I kinda whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
Luck thought I was gonna take over. Anyway, we're looking at this game here, and Wishler, like I said, is doing such a good job, man. He's throwing dagger by dagger, it's attack by attack, right click by right click, trying to make sure that he gets a bit of level advantage. He does get it. It's level 3, and meanwhile bottom lane, we're seeing S2y just boxing out again the Wretched Hack. Wretched Hack's, I mean, so far Legion teams lineups, I mean this laning is not really good. You should have Glacius down south here, provide a little bit of extra support. Even if Glacius is at the top lane, there's nothing they could probably do against Witch Lair. Witch Lair now is gonna take a bit of harassment, but that generally is not gonna kill it. Well, Ophelia comes out, that's gonna be it. Meanwhile at the bottom lane, Tempest is not gonna have the ability to come up very early, which is why I think that S2y is gonna have a bit of a better advantage in this game here. And Wretched Hack, on the other hand, he just gets harassed by Torture completely. That's why it looks a bit sad. Torture, what are you doing?
Questionable torture for sure. But yeah, I mean, he's just gonna go ahead and try to, like, he needs to do a better job of his positioning so he can provide some more harass there. Oh, top lane.
Yeah,
close.
that's okay.
That was really close. But you even saw there Ophelia sent the Minotaur to kind of back him up in case there was some trouble. I think they're trying to look towards maybe setting up a gank again. But yeah, probably not. Just gonna pull this wave, stop the, get a little bit of lane control back and start farming up on his Ophelia because the Minotaur doesn't really help him in that kind of regard.
Yep, that's it. This is the 5th and final game, and we're gonna have a pretty good and awesome game at least here. So, yeah. I'm actually gonna take some time to address the overlay problem, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, middle lane Bushwhack is trying to do his best against Pestilence, and Pestilence is actually losing quite a bit, and that is kind of scary because Bushwhack is doing a pretty good job actually here. He's about to reach level 6 in the next wave, I believe. And bottom lane, Pebbles, again, like we mentioned before, is gonna get free farm. He is
Yep,
hitting
and top lane, Moon Queen is in a lot of trouble. Moon Queen's gonna take the fall first. That's Bloodlust there for ESC. ESC is gonna try to run away and it's gonna pop the health potion. But nope, it's not gonna be enough. That's it. He's probably gonna die there as well. Meanwhile, doing a bit of a crit blocking action on Glacius. Glacius is in a bit of trouble. Vagabond leader there is definitely gonna be able to proof off that very devastating skill.
Oh.
I cannot remember what it's called, but yep, that's gonna be a 2-for-1 exchange. Although Legion team got that well, Bloodlust. Let me just check. Do they have that? Yeah. No, wait. HoN team had the Bloodlust and they picked up 1 extra hero, so that's great stuff there for S2y.
Yeah, S2y actually, they got a pretty good footing there. I'm surprised that Moon Queen got so out of position that they were able to pick off that kill. And then you saw there the body blocks from Ophelia kind of killed Witchlayer there. Witchlayer could have survived if he didn't eat the tree, to be very honest. Because he would have been out of range for Glacius to get one more auto attack in. It's better for him to just, make sure that he doesn't get hit. But nevertheless, he's about to reach level 6 soon. If he reaches 6, he can kill Moon Queen very fast. All he needs to do is stun. Oh, he misses there. It's better for him to actually just stun Moon Queen at the same time to keep doing chip damage. And Bushwhack's in hasted form though. He could be able to... We might be looking at a kill here at Glacius.
Yeah, well, Glacius probably is in a little bit of trouble there. Glacius now gonna try and use Ice Imprisonment. Bushwhack's still gonna try and pursue matter a little bit. Now Glacius is gonna be joined by Moon Queen, but well, Bushwhack don't give a shit about Moon Queen there. He's probably gonna go in. The last hit is not gonna materialize. Yes, it is. Bit of misplay there by Glacius, but Bushwhack's gonna try and build out here a little bit too late. Passive, I mean, very nice stun there, and Bushwhack's gonna take the fall. So that's gonna be it, man. 2-3, and Legion team is still pretty much behind.
Yeah, I'm surprised that like Bushwhack could have actually ran top while Witchlayer could have tanked tower for him. So kind of a miscommunications there between his team. Middle, I mean
Tempest,
bottom lane though.
Yep, Tempest is in a bit of trouble, but he uses the Void, and it seems like the stun is gonna connect at the very end there, and Tempest takes the fall. What a misplay it is there, but of course Mr. Sun took the Pebbles, just throwing out the Stalagmites at the right time there, just completely saving his teammate and saving them from possible impending doom. That's it, back to the mid lane. Bushwhack is up. Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, that was a really good play actually by Pebbles. And Richard Hag, careful bro. Yeah, HoNTourSEA doing a good job. Pebbles already 1.2k gold. Steamboat's completed, 6 minutes in. We're gonna see probably a 8-minute portal key or maybe even a 7-minute portal key. Nah, I think it's more like an 8-minute portal key to be honest. Middle lane, Bushwhack trying to get his revenge again on the Pestilence. He's doing a good job. I think s2y really has kind of got him back into the groove again.
Yeah, I think so as well. So I don't know what's gonna be the deal here, but everyone is kind of confused a little bit. They need to just cool down a little bit there. Of course, Glacius in the top lane. I don't see how this is really paying off, but at least you can tell that Moon Queen is already level 6. So is Witchlayer. Looking at the GPM here, Moon Queen of course doing a little bit better than Witchlayer, but about 300 for Moon Queen and 240 plus for Witchlayer. The stun's gonna miss again from the Witchlayer, so that's a bit of a misplay there, but that's not gonna be cringe-worthy. And back to cover again, Pebbles is just steamrolling so strong right now. It's about 400 GPM, and that means a very quick portal key. Again, it does have 1.6k gold in the bank. It does look like a bit of the mirror game, in which Pebbles just quickly picks up a portal key, and that's crazy because that means s2y is gonna have the early game. And like we mentioned during the drafting stage, if MR don't have the ticket to the late game, they don't have the ticket to this game.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to see Witchlayer actually rotate around, or someone come top to help support him to kill off the Moon Queen here. Hag is just rotating around, making sure to do some things.
Oh my god, no, Tempest, yep, caught out here. Okay, stun's gonna come in, that's completely bad news. Ophelia just completely shutting down this Tempest. They're blocking him in all direction. That's pretty good micro coming up from Peter Yates. So good stuff, and it's 2-5, s2y again. See, I told you Hellborn's gonna win, so watch forward. Next time if we roll first, it pick Hellborn, we can probably not cast anymore.
Yeah, exactly. There's no need for casters. It's just okay. Game 1 win, game 2 lose, game 3 win. It's basically gonna be 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 for every single game.
BO3, BO5, yeah, same story there. But yeah, I'm hoping for a miracle here, and I'm hoping to end this stupid Hellborn victory streak. But MRR, they're gonna have to give a little bit more than this, man. Because look at this, level 7 Pebbles. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, after they clear this tower, he's gonna get his portal key and probably port to the top side. We are gonna probably see a really huge team fight. They're going tower for tower, and Hellborn kills it faster. They can actually go ahead and try to address the tier 2 as well, set up even much more damage there, because Bushwhack's actually doing a pretty good job middle lane against this tier 1. If they push the tier 1 plus the bottom tower, Legion team is gonna be forced to rotate around.
Yeah, and so we have a 9-minute game so far. Hellborn team maintaining a very good possession.
Oh no!
And Pasty in a lot of trouble. Pasty, you don't want to be here, so bullet and stun's gonna be it for him, but it's gonna be okay. So that's it. The mid lane is gonna have a bit of aggression here from the Hellborn team. Tier 1 is gonna get challenged, whereas the top, we're looking at the Legion team just trying to push the top lane a little bit, but it's, I don't know what Tempest is doing. The elementals are not whacking anything, and everything is just in place there. They're actually setting a bit of a bait system. I don't think that's actually going to be, you know, coming to fruition here.
Yeah, I mean, the better exchange is definitely going to be in favor for Hellborn, because they get the tier 1. They still have their tier 1 standing. They can go to the bottom tier 2 tower, to be honest. They don't need to worry about defending the top side, because elementals can't attack towers when Tempest isn't nearby. So, yeah, just address the tier 2. Yeah, that's what they do. Rotate around. Tier 2, we're gonna see ports from the Legion side, and if Legion responds to that, I actually think that Hellborn can win this team fight, because Pebbles has his portal key. He actually dropped in the ground there already, as you can see. Mr. Suns always does this, just to have that surprise factor.
Yeah, that's actually very good discipline coming from Mr. Suns. He drops the portal key. If there's a need, he picks it up again. He uses it at the right moment. That's fantastic. But that's it. Legion team is not gonna give a damn, because they're pushing the top lane themselves, and this might be a bit of a pushing game, but of course you have the advantage slanting in favor of Team Hellborn because of the Pebbles ability to just chuck towers very quickly.
Yeah, and they also have the Torturer who has the Impalement, which is level 3 by the way. Look at that. Instantly gonna burn down this tier 2. They're setting up for defense already, and Legion team should probably be aware of this. Oh god, here we go.
Oh yep, there we go. Pebbles, portal key, Stalagmite goes down. It seems like Moon Queen is addressed quickly, and seems like the Hex, or rather Mid-Charge is gonna be using Glaciers. Glaciers will not get much of anything done. Wretched comes in, and there goes the 3-man hole, but is that gonna be enough damage? That's the question. Heck needs a level 6. He needs to pick up a kill here quickly, and that's gonna be done as soon as possible now. Heck is only still at level 5. It's not gonna be enough. Pebble goes in, and that's gonna be one side slap to the face. Down goes the Hack, and that's done. Meanwhile, Mr. Sun's level 9 up against level 9 Pasty, but that's gonna be pretty good. And here comes Bushwhack from behind. That's gonna be, oh my god. Pasty goes down. Now you try to fall away, but of course Mr. Sun there does not have enough mana or anything that could probably stop that pot away. So that's gonna be it. It's a 2-for-2 kind of exchange. No,
but
wait, it's a 3-for-3.
3. Yeah,
3.
3 for
No,
2.
3-for-2.
3 for 2.
Ophelia didn't die, and Bushwhack came in, so 3-for-2. And again, Hellborn is.
Well, actually, no, it's
yeah,
I think it's a 3 for 1 only.
No, it's a 3-for-2, very sure.
Oh yeah, okay, Escape died and so did the score, yeah.
Yeah, and we had the Moon Queen there dying. That's the biggest deal of all. It's a very sad position because heck, if he had Bad Blast,
yeah,
man,
that would have been big.
Correct.
It's too bad though. It's too bad. Tempest has his Astrolabe at least now. And I mean, Bomber's been on the ball with his Elemental Voids. He's constantly getting the Elemental Voids off and making sure to make the big plays, but unfortunately for them, they are actually in the back foot. 7k gold and 5k or around 6k EXP advantage for Hellborn Team Meridian. Bushwhack is starting to look in the up and up. He has 2.1k gold saved up in his stash right now.
Yeah. You know what's sad? Tempest, because Tempest doesn't have the space to farm, and that's a Moon Queen, a lot of trouble there. Battle comes from behind, and that's gonna be one hell of a bang, but yeah, down goes the DQ.
Yep, and this is again what comes back to my point. Pebbles with the portal key. If Moon Queen is not able to snowball, and if you let Pebble Snowball in the early game, he is just gonna keep looking for your Moon Queen, and Moon Queen is gonna be constantly harassed by this Facebook stalker, as you would say, right, Babel? So yeah.
Yep, exactly. You 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 generally don't want that kind of situation to happen. But now top lane gets pushed down, and L1 is on a roll. It seems like both teams are, I don't know, this just doesn't feel right. It feels like a curse is in place. Because how can a team steamroll the other so much when they're playing on Hellborn and lose again very badly when they're Legion?
Yeah,
And the map's not balanced?
the maps is not balanced.
Slightly, I know, but
it's slightly
cannot,
skewed in favor of Hellborn.
but the draft would have made up for that, and it would have been a lot more, you know, been a lot more better for
Yeah,
Legion. They're not losing on map reasons, they're just losing because they're just not getting the act together. First of all,
Exactly.
bad laning and basically bad decision making skills there.
Yep. Oh, Ophelia has the trifecta right now. Skeleton King plus a double Minotaurs there, so we expect to see insta kills on most of the people. Pebble's working towards the Shrunken Hit, gonna have that very very soon. Witch Slayer though doesn't really have much of an item just yet. Would like to see him picked up on a what's it called, the Sackstone. Sackstone's very very good. He could also opt to just save gold and quickly get the portal key. That's even better for that initiation prowess. I believe Ophelia's gonna. Yep, Ophelia actually has the armor lockdown under her control because she's gonna have the armor boots. So yeah, Witch Slayer can just focus on getting that early portal key.
Yeah, and the map control now really is causing a lot of problem for Team MRR. I mean, s2y is already in the Legion jungle. You don't have the ability to farm at the bottom lane here because you always have the constant fear of a Pebbles coming from behind. That's for Moon Queen, and also Tempest, man. Tempest doesn't have much of anything. Only 500 gold in the bank. Nothing that looks like a portal key. Only the red little marches there, which is fine, but he needs to get something a little bit stronger in terms of initiation, or maybe even he does have extra legs, so that's gonna help him survive a little bit. But I doubt that's gonna help him in the long run.
Yeah, you can see the positioning right now of Pebbles and the rest of the group. They're definitely gonna get a free tier 2 tower. I don't think Legion wants to fight, outside of the base. But even then, I think Hellborn team is not gonna try to address the base tower because they don't need to push uphill, especially when they don't have vision. The tower is not destroyed. They can just go ahead and take the tier 2 at the top lane, and again, Legion team is gonna have to be forced to give it up, and gives up much more of an advantage again over to s2y side. So yeah, in this kind of regard, it's just really difficult for MR to find any kind of way to come back into this game.
Do note the prize pool for the second place is 100k Thai baht, and we're looking at 250k Thai baht as the grand prize here for the first place. And that is just too risky, man. I mean, this is just crazy.
Mid.
But yeah, mid. Yep, there goes the stun. Witch Slayer comes in mid transition as well, and here comes the Pebbles, and the Silver Bullet deals the damage. Down goes Chitamanex. That's one buck squash with Bacon.
Yep, and like there was no way he's gonna survive. Even if he was able to avoid the stun from the Witch Slayer mid, by the way, very nice stun. There was already a gank squad coming in the middle side, and they're gonna use this opportunity to push. So definitely look towards this being pushed down easily. Bottom lane, they're just gonna try to trade this, I guess. But this is not the best decision in my opinion. They're gonna get a free base tower here without any contest, and Hellborn's hoping to get a tier 1. I don't think the Hellborn team has the glyph. Okay, here we go. All the ports.
Oh my god, the miniaturization on a Moon Queen. Moon Queen, a lot of trouble. Silver is not going to be available here, but Moon Queen is dead. That's 3Q with a bit of a missed port. I don't know why you want to port from flanking from the top there. That's just really sloppy play, and that's why they remain to be Thailand's finest so far.
Yeah, very sloppy porting. That was the worst.
Okay, Fastly, 3 minutes down. Well done, but where's the backup? Tempa's not gonna go in there. There's nothing they can probably do if that's gonna be the case. Moon Queen is just gonna use the ultimate there to pick off Pebbles. Pebbles goes down already. Tempest might actually look towards manning up here. They don't want to lose the mirror barracks, but they're probably gonna have to do that. And there goes the hole, and what a bad blast it is, just knocking on one hero. That completely missed the Witch Slayer as well as the Torturer. That's really regrettable. But that's a Torturer probably is gonna die here, and Witch Slayer is still gonna be able to try and run away. But there goes a very nice stun. He's looking for a position to pot away, but oh, guess what? No homecoming stone, and all the trees are gone. Look at that. So, yeah, just like a little fox going to a hole there. Then all of a sudden you see massive deforestation, and you're just exposed. It's like when you go into public toilet, you know those Japanese reality shows. You go to public toilet and you realize that everything just falls apart all of a sudden, and you're exposed. So yeah, that's just what happened there.
Yeah, and let me just say that I think S2y is probably bashing on periods like hell right now. Because Pediads had the chance to turn that team fight around, but he screwed up so badly by letting his Skeleton King get sucked into the elemental point. So, really bad play there by him. He does have his Shaman's Hedges now, so that's gonna cut out the magical DPS coming, magical burst coming out from Wretched Hag plus the Moon Queen. But again, what he needs to do a better job of his microing. It seems like it's kind of lackluster in this game.
Okay, the thing is this, they did win the melee barracks at the mid lane, so that's gonna provide a bit of extra pressure. And seeing this game at only 18 minutes, oh, but look at that baseball there. Well done. So yeah, I mean, we're looking at this game at 18 minutes, that means that the mid lane is gonna deprive Legion team of a little bit extra goal. And that's gonna mean a lot of goal if you compound that by the entire duration of this game. So I really see s2y very far ahead in this game. We could probably go for Kong right now, without much of a contest. As you can see in this map, this Legion jungle, the minimap is completely filled with small little red dots, which is Water of Sight, Water of Wrath, Water of Sight again, Water of Wrath again, Water of Sight again, and yeah, my god, they just have complete good vision. They have almost as much as the vision that we have here.
Yeah, they're gonna get free Kong as well. Yep, and that's gonna secure their chance to fight uphill now. We should have probably gonna do it at the bottom lane since the mid has already been addressed. So after destroying the bottom, they're probably gonna make sure to dispatch the range barracks at mid and then go for the top tower.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. And we're looking at Legion team backing off here. Bushwhack gonna deal a little bit extra damage there on the crypts, but that's gonna be it. And we have the rest of the Hellborn team just following from behind. They're probably just gonna look to us going in. And finally, Tempest with the portal key, so maybe looking for a little bit of a big play. But the thing is, it is gonna have to wait for about 45 seconds, and that may not. I mean, the tower and the Rex at the bottom lane may not wait that long. They need to find a way to buy time, and if they do sacrifice any hero to buy time, that's not gonna be a full 5v5 teamfight effort there. It's still about 35 seconds of cooldown. They need to buy time again. And do you see them actually gonna be able to do that?
Nope, probably not. I mean, 30 seconds, 26 seconds, 25 seconds, all this time.
Save them 5 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, defense tower already taking so much damage. You see the way that they're defensively protecting themselves, which there has a tablet, which is the tablet, the Tempest. 10 seconds, T minus 10 seconds for Black Hole, and not gonna be enough.
Even if there is a void, look at the positioning of Hellbound, very nicely spaced out here. There's no chance of going in with a Tempest initiation here. There's no way at all. You're gonna have to need someone else to go in, and I think the cooldown's off here, so Pestilence might actually be the one jumping in first. He's taking a very aggressive stance. There is also the factor of the Skeleton King, so Tempest needs to really absorb this case here. And there goes Pesty, takes the fall first. He goes in, and Pebbles comes in from behind, but where is the Skeleton King? They're all kind of spaced out in between there. And Tempest looking to just fall in. Tempest just sidestepping everything. This is going to be an opportunity for him to showcase here, but he does nothing. Glaciers goes down. This is going to be it. Moon Queen uses the ultimate, and there goes the Void. There goes the hole. It's going to be a 3-man hole, 4-man hole, but that's not going to be enough. The Bad Blast also not going to cure much of anything, and this is looking so sad. But Legion team, it's all going to be left with just one hack, and also the token's going to come back alive, so that's going to be a round 2 Bushwhack. Hack is just, I mean, as pretty as she looks right now, they're not going to hesitate doing anything to her.
That is GG in my opinion. That is 100%.
Oh my god, look at that. Hat trick, crippling dot.
Like, Tempest tried the last
They're gonna call it conceit, and we have the final winner here. Ladies and gentlemen, what a series it is, and 20 minutes, 5th game.
So fast, 20 minutes.
Yeah, s2y, the grand winner of this tournament here.
Congratulations to them, and they've definitely deserved it. Although there was times where I felt that they could have played way better. I think it's just because the games have been taking a toll on the players. They got tilted a bit. But nevertheless, man, well played to s2y. They win the entire thing, and that's really good. Thing.
Yeah, they won the entire thing, like Luck said, and I'm really happy. They are so far the uncontested, just really the champion of Southeast Asia. I just am lost for words right now. It's a very emotional moment because they got so challenged by ADNG, XRNG Sports. They got challenged by MRR, but they had the Hellborn thing going for them, so they kind of won this very expectedly. Yeah, so we have first place, and that's gonna be s2y, made in Thailand. Sorry, and in second place, Illusion MRR. Third place is gonna be the Masters, and in fourth place is ADNG from Malaysia. All 3 teams from the top are from Thailand, so again, this shows that the Thais, the not people that you can mess around with, they kind of treat this like serious business. But yeah,
Yep, for sure. They were.
any
Hmm?
sorry, any last minute insights into the last game before we talk about the meta stuff and what to expect going to the next 2 weeks?
No, nothing really. It's pretty much laid out in the open for everyone to see that Hellborn too strong.
Yep, great stuff. So that's it. Basically, the draft for MR was bad. That was too greedy. The laning was completely ridiculous, and I'm gonna play Red Fool's Let's Get Ridiculous after this. So that's gonna be a song for MR. I don't mean to discredit them or anything, but I'm just saying that was just really a very bad game 5 from them. No contest at all. And that's it. We're gonna be back with the HoN Tour World Finals. That's gonna be 2 weeks time. It's also gonna coincide with GSL. That's Garena Starlight 2014. It will happen in Thailand. I'm not so sure if we're gonna fly up. So far, chances are not. We're not gonna be there, but we're gonna do a bit of coverage here from our own home, and that's gonna be in Singapore. That's for me, Malaysia for Lark, and we're gonna have everything work towards that goal there. And yeah, that's it. It's been a really awesome weekend. It's been a really great journey. HoNTour Southeast Asia comes to a close today, and that we had over 1,000 teams in sorry, we had over 100 teams in Thailand, and we had over 1,000 participants in total. Um, that this is just one hell of a crazy tournament. We had Nova in this as well. We had Emperor, fellow caster from Honcast previously, so we had Nox coming in with very good GPM. This is just one hell of a journey. Lark, shed some tears for these guys here, man. It's been 5 months. Wait, is it more than 5 months? Come on, it's been 7 months, and it's one hell of a journey, of course. Looking forward to the next HoN Tour, and we'll see how that's actually gonna pan out here. But Babel, joined by Lark, we are your casters for this entire journey. Also, huge shout out to Xenoviper as well as Abstract for
Hmm.
covering some of the extra games in G League when the cycle days were. But yeah, so before we jump the gun here, Lark, any shoutouts?
Just basically shoutouts to fans and EGTV. That's about it.
Cool story, bro. Now my turn. Huge shout out to
Short and sweet.
First of all, huge shout out to the Garena GMs for hosting such a great event
Hmm.
all half year round. And I know it's been very hard for them because I've been to the office and they're very nice people as well. We also huge shout out to Mishka for being our liaison, always making sure we're on time on duty. And huge shout out to all the viewers there. We hit about close to 400 today. It's great to see you guys. It's great to be back at HoN. It's great to be casting again. Love MOBA cast, and I think I'm definitely gonna continue casting MOBA and HoN especially. So yeah, and if I have the opportunity, of course. And we also a huge shout out to Xenoviper, especially huge shout out to him because I know it's been a rough journey. I know that this is an especially a rough time for him. But Babel and Lark and the rest of EGTV is gonna be here for you, man. And we hope you guys. We hope you just recover. We hope you find comfort in EGTV and find these to be a tight little family. So yeah. And huge shout out to Abstract for doing nothing half the time. Next, shout out to Lark. Lark doing great, and yeah, great cast here, Lark. It's been an honor to cast with you for the entire contour Southeast Asia.
Same, same.
We kind of
And
started this journey together, so yeah, and it's over. So it's an emotional moment for me here because I'm the one uploading the videos. I'm the one. Oh, by the way, the entire HoNTour Southeast Asia VOD is gonna be on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/epicgamingtvn. You can go there very nicely, and you have all the matches you want to watch anytime, any part of the day. The action may be done and well over, but we can always go back revisit some of the best moments. So yeah, and yeah, this is a really long journey, man.
yep,
I'm
it
gonna put
really
up
has.
my favorite um, GIF right now, just for the lols. But yeah.
What shift is that?
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. People here, joined by Lark. Huge shout out to everyone. Have a great weekend. See you again in 2 weeks' time for HoN Tour World Finals. We'll be back with more HoN Tour action. That's it. Tomorrow's Monday. Sorry if you're gonna have to work. But yeah, goodbye, guys.
And yes, yeah.